Hi folks, I want to talk to you a little bit about an alternator and a battery in your vehicle. I want to show you an example that when you have a battery that's just not in really good shape, how much harder the alternator has to work to keep that battery in good shape. And what ends up happening is that you end up creating a short life for the alternator, for that very reason that the battery is just not in really good shape. It kind of goes low in charge and it doesn't really maintain a charge. What ends up happening because of that is in alternators you have brushes. You can see them brushes down here, and here down that little hole there you can see these are brushes, those two pieces sticking up. You see how one of them is very low? Well, that's what ends up happening when your battery is not in very good a shape, needing a new battery. Basically, your alternator has to work a lot harder in order to keep that battery charged. And what happens because of that is you wear your brushes out really fast, and then once the spring pressure is lost on that brush, well, the alternator just simply cannot charge anymore. And what I mean by spring pressure, these brushes are under a load. So there's a spring behind them pushing them upward. And when the brushes get so low, you can see this one here, there's no more spring pressure. So the spring pressure needs to be there, along with the brush needs to be a good size in order to... This is where the brushes ride here on these slip rings. That pressure needs to be pushed onto these in order to get a good contact to produce a good current to charge your battery. Now with this vehicle here, the battery was not in real good shape, so what ended up happening, you can see this one slip ring here, there was so much arcing taking place because the brush was low that a groove got wore down inside. And that's all because the battery that was in the vehicle was just simply not good. It seemed to be okay, it would still start the vehicle, but it would not maintain any kind of normal charge as a normal battery would hold. So this is the outcome of it, a short-lived alternator. Now the alternator itself is not bad, but it definitely needs a little bit of work to bring it back into good shape. So do yourselves a favor, folks, if you have a weak battery, replace it. You know, if you don't replace your battery, the alternator is going to end up costing a lot more than the battery is going to cost. So change the battery and save your alternator for years and years to come. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you have not, and thank you very much for those that have.